Hi, I'm Victoria Tomlinson, and I'm going to help you think about and develop your personal brand to help you get a job. So the first thing we need to think about is, what is a personal brand and how does that apply to an individual? I've been running businesses now for 30 years, and in that time, they've been called PR businesses, comms. I've moved into digital, became a blogger, wrote a book on blogging. We went out to Dubai and I became known for international work. And more recently, I've launched a new business, Next Up, to help people coming up to retirement. So if you just think about some of those stages and how each time I'm having to be rebranding myself. I did get called recently the mistress of reinvention, but that's what we've all got to do as markets change and as you've got to adapt to what the employers are looking for. So if we go back to thinking about what employers are recruiting for, you need to think about the words and titles they use, which change over time. So as an example, if you have been a PR professional, you may find that actually nobody really is recruiting for PR people anymore, but they want, say, content creators or business development or various other sort of, I don't think many people sort of wanting people who write media releases as such anymore, but maybe they do. So what you want to do is go and talk to your network, go and talk to employers and ask them, what sort of jobs are you recruiting for? And listen to the words they use really specifically and write them down, because those are the magic words that you need to be repeating back so that you get found online and by employers and that you match what they're looking for. Also ask, are you looking for people full-time, part-time, freelance, project-based? So you get a feel for the market, because again, you can position yourself to meet the employer needs. It's no good coming up with an amazing brand of who you are if nobody's looking for that. So when you've done that, then come back to, well, who are you? What are your skills? And think about what the market's looking for. And then how can I demonstrate that skill, or how can I even get it? In the last few months with COVID, everybody's launched new things on a sort of a sixpence, as the phrase goes. And people have been learning new skills. And you could go out there and learn new things, demonstrate new things, all sorts of stuff, and upload them so that you are seen as the expert in something or other. So then you need to demonstrate your expertise in whatever it is. And how do you do that? Well, of course, there's your CV, but your CV really only comes into play at the end of the sort of search and recruitment process. Of course, you've got to put all those phrases in there and make sure it sings with all the things that people are looking for. And you need to tailor each CV with that sort of brand, but also to what the employer needs. But also you want to think about, well, how do I demonstrate the expertise? I think every recruiter in the world now uses LinkedIn to find people when they're putting together shortlists for jobs. And employers, actually, we've done it ourselves when we're looking to recruit people. We've gone out on LinkedIn and searched for particular skills, and we've put in things like freelance, maybe PR campaigns going back years ago, or bloggers, or whatever it is that we're looking for. So we've gone out and searched and approached people direct. So by getting those sort of words and knowing what the market's looking for, you can put them in there. But then when I go onto somebody's LinkedIn profile, I want to see examples of whatever it is that they're saying that they're good at. So if you start creating content around that, that will help to create that personal brand and get you known for that. Now, I know Stuart's going to cover LinkedIn in more detail, but in terms of your personal brand, you want to think about your professional headline. You might think of it as a job title, but it gives you, he'll talk you through the huge scope to use that for your brand, and also uploading materials and all sorts of going out to the market and creating conversations around your personal brand. It's interesting. 2 years ago, we started getting our unretired senior people to mentor tech entrepreneurs. I started blogging. Go and have a look at our website, next-up.com. And I started blogging around what are the issues for tech entrepreneurs, about our events, about whatever. And people started saying to me, you're really digital these days, aren't you? And I thought, not particularly, but I've always been quite digital. But okay, I like it if you like it. And then earlier this year, I was asked to chair Women in Leeds Digital. And various people are approaching me with all sorts of initiatives, and we're now seen as part of the Leeds ecosystem for tech entrepreneurs. And that's all been done in 2 years. Now, how quickly can you create your brand? So what you want to be doing is think about the networks where people who might employ you are, or influencers and referrers, and go and join those. There are so many webinars going on these days and kind of forums and things. Look out for them and join them. Try and put a question in. Some you can get your name in there and brand it. But I've been completely ruthless in at COVID times. I've joined so many webinars, and I'm trying to sell our services to professional firms. I link in with people afterwards and say, I loved what you were talking about, and and then I give a sort of quick snapshot of whatever this would be for you, your personal brand, a conversation around what you're good at, but have an insight in there, not just kind of, can you give me a job or whatever. So try and think about creating those relationships and getting information in about your personal brand and what you're good at, and offer to help people, do guest blogs, get people to guest blog for you on your LinkedIn profile. So it's amazing how quickly you can do all of this. And I would recommend, first of all, then thinking about the market and really thinking about your personal brand. What are you really good at, or what could you be really good at? And as I say, you can become an expert on something really quickly these days, literally weeks to be seen to be posting and creating that market. And then make sure that all the conversations that you have with whoever it is reinforce your personal brand, what that particular skill is. One of those phrases is become the go-to person for that expertise. So you want people, so, you know, if you take my own example, if people go, well, who's in sort of mentoring tech entrepreneurs, I'd like to think they'll immediately go, oh, go and speak to Victoria. And you want to be that person who becomes known for that particular expertise. Now, you might think that won't help get you a job, because you'll be possibly thinking about, I need to apply for the jobs that are out there. But this is about partly creating your own market and also being known, so that when people start looking at you, if you get an interview stage, that you've got that sort of singing there with your expertise around that. So just to sum up, you want to research the market first of all and find out what are the skills that people are recruiting for still. Try and build that expertise if you don't have it. And it really doesn't have to be that difficult these days, just to go on and learn new things and package what you've got as your personal brand in a way that matches what the market is looking for. Become known as the expert in that field. Start lots of conversations with your peers, with other people, and you can ask questions, you can do webinars, you can do videos. I'm just doing one now with you. Join networks and communities. There are so many out there now, more than ever online, so you can do this all from your home. Go out to people and engage when you join in. Go to the people that you see talking on the webinars and in the communities, link in with them, have conversations with them, and offer to help them. If somebody comes up with a problem when they're giving a webinar or something, you know, go and say, can I help you? I can give you 5 minutes of time, or I could write something for you, or whatever. Contribute to webinars and things. Again, why shouldn't you be a speaker if you're good on something, or rather offer to be a speaker? Write articles, write posts on LinkedIn and elsewhere. Help others in this community. That's where getting your brand out and building new relationships that could help you. Stay on message with everything you do and become that go-to person for your expertise. And that's how to sing out and be the person that people want. So good luck with what you're doing, and wish you well. There's still lots of opportunity out there. You just need to go and find them.